Speculation.
Speculation is running rampant in Washington, D.C. about the identity of a senior Trump administration official who wrote an anonymous op-ed in the New York Times. Nicole Killian explains what it says and how the Capitol Hill is responding.
So if the failing New York Times has an anonymous editorial, can you believe it? Anonymous, meaning gutless, a gutless editorial.
President Trump is said to be furious about an anonymous New York Times opinion piece claiming to be written by a senior official in the White House. The author says he or she is part of a resistance inside the administration and claims to be part of a group thwarting Mr. Trump's more misguided impulses until he's out of office. President Trump demanded on Twitter that the Times must, for national security purposes, turn him or her over to the government at once.
He's part of the resistance within the Trump administration. This is what we have to deal with.
While campaigning in Florida for Rick Scott, Vice President Mike Pence called the article a disgrace.
Anyone who would write an anonymous editorial smearing this president, who's provided extraordinary leadership for this country, should not be working for this administration. They ought to do the honorable thing and they ought to resign.
Dozens of Trump administration officials have since issued statements denying they wrote the article, and First Lady Melania Trump called the writer's actions cowardly. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders tweeted the New York Times is complicit in this deceitful act and published the phone number to the paper's opinion desk. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo blamed the media.
I find the media's efforts in this regard to undermine this administration incredibly disturbing.
The Times defended the op-ed, saying it adds significant value to the public's understanding of what is going on in the Trump administration. Nicole Killian, CBS News, the White House.
Now to our question of the day. Do you agree with the New York Times decision to publish an anonymous op-ed? Head to idahonews.com to cast your vote. Just hover over that news tab in the left corner of the screen, and then you'll see the question of the day option.